Reg is not online yet, but I think he might be coming. As he asked for our link. So I will bring up. Okay.
So two things, one is that I do have 3 kits to paint the benches. I have 2 more benches that need somebody to sign up to paint them. The kits are in the back of my car. If you want to paint it, you can, pick it up today. And I also have signs that say wet paint.
That's helpful.
Okay, The Clock of Life by Robert H. Smith. Clock of Life is wound but once, and no man has the power to tell just when the hands will stop at late or early hour. To lose one's wealth is sad indeed. To lose one's health is more. To lose one's soul is such a loss that no man can restore. The present only is our own, so live, love, toil with a will, place no faith in tomorrow, for the clock may then be still.
Thank you all, that was great. So, our speaker today is Dr. Phiona Atuhaire. She's our assistant governor. In Rotary, so many of you may or may not know what an assistant governor is. So an assistant governor serves as the liaison between the district governor and the assigned clubs in a geographical area. They play a vital role in supporting and guiding clubs, helping them to achieve their goals and contribute to the overall success of the district. I believe our district, which Fiona will talk about a little more, is ourselves, South Burlington and Burlington.
Yes.
She's a proud member of the Rotary Club of Burlington since 2021, having joined and moved from Uganda in 2020. Before that, she was Rotarian since 2014 and served many roles such as club president and secretary. Outside of Rotary, she works in strategic planning at the University of Vermont. She looks forward to learning about the club's work and sharing in our collective mission of service above self. So I bring up Fiona.
Thank you. I don't remember when I last woke up so early.
Yeah.
But I made it. Awake. So that's good. I do have a presentation that I wanna go through. Not sure where is the best place to start. So, I always start my slide with some little inspiration around why we as Rotary exist, and a quote by Helen Keller: "Alone we can do so little, together we can do so much." And that is what inspires me, I hope it inspires all of us here. We can't do a lot if we are alone and siloed. We have to work together. And with the hope with having me join and inspire you is to inspire you to come and see our clubs, other clubs, see how we can blend, how we can join together to do much, much better. And okay.
I'll do anything you tell me to do.
Phiona Atuhaire is my name. I've been in Rotary, like Vincent said, for now 11 years, served in many roles. So why I serve is I hope that I can make a meaningful difference in our community, foster connections, as well as contribute to the greater good. I think I'm going to do that.
Okay. Sure.
So why am I here? I'm hoping that I can be able to build relationship with your club, leadership, and members, right? I hope that I can be able to understand why you're focused and your projects. I want to share that with our district governor and inspire him to, look forward. He will be visiting, I think, in a couple of months. So my pre-visit is to check in and see what I can share with him, right? Where he needs to, give a little push, he should, or where he needs to give due acknowledgement, he can. Hoping to share some of our district and RI resources along the way, and also discuss what our theme for the year is. Who knows what the theme for the year is?
Unite for good.
I don't think you're reading. That open book. Right. So how did it all start for me? I remember being, shagging off the idea of being a Rotarian, right? Everyone used to talk about Rotary, and I'd be like, I don't think that's for me, right? I know what I'm gonna find or what I've seen, right? Growing up, I knew it was for all people. My father was a Rotarian. I knew it was for rich people. I'm like, I'm not ready to get into that circle, but I do want to be rich, right? That was the intersection, but I'm like, it wasn't time for me. So, although one day a Rotarian friend is like, you know what, Fiona, I've seen your passion. Every time we're talking about how people are suffering, you feel so touched. Why don't you come and visit Rotary? I'm like, oh, okay. I like the way you have phrased that. You haven't said, oh, come and meet my rich friends, right? Or come and meet my very old friend. Okay. No one is on. So I took him up on his offer, right? And I did visit. So on the day that I visited, that's the day that one club member, he's the governor of the Bank of Uganda, I mean, very rich, like I say, he chose to give everyone a bottle of wine. I'm like, I might stay. A bottle of wine for every day I visit. Count me in. What time should I be here next week? What? So I got the hook, right? I'm like, there is no meeting, I'm missing that meeting, I must show up. Not for the wine. Later on, it was more. It was the fun. Once the wine kicks in, the stories happen, right? And then we began to do a lot of service work. That's when being a Rotarian made sense, right? Showing up and actually changing people's lives. One of the most interesting service projects that we did was in an area in northern Uganda where women had just been abducted for war and their children had been taken. I had never experienced that. I'm a Ugandan. I know there was war, but I was born and raised in the city. This time I had the experience to visit these women, and it changed the story for me, my mindset, my head, I'm like, what? People are actually going through hell, right? And so that's when the shift from being, oh, there's wine to, we need to make a difference. That's my story. What is your story? When was the time you were invited? How did you get that hook? Anyone wants to share that moment when you said, okay, I want to choose to be with these folks? I mean, it can be wine as well, but then the day you were invited.
Oh, I joined Rotary because my friend Andrew here told me that it was, oh.
Good morning. I joined Rotary because my friend Andrew asked me to join and told me about all the great things they did for the community. That's why.
Any other person?
I was living in Guyana and visiting the Georgetown Guyana Rotary Club, and I found that they had established a village corps, and they were selecting groups of women and teaching them business management practices, and then forming groups of 5 women to co-sign for each other for micro enterprise loans to set up their own businesses. And I said that sounds like the kind of organization that I'd like to be a part of. As soon as I came back to the United States, I approached Bill Skiff and asked him if it was possible to become a Rotarian here.
Yeah, sure.
I joined Rotary because I was invited by former member Heath Riggs, who's no longer with us. and I had been looking for a place to do some good in the world. I also like to describe I've told people and heard people talk about their Rotary epiphany. And it's kind of like where you go from being a club member to being like, holy crap, this is a serious organization and they can really do some things. And mine came when I went on my first international mission.
So I want us to stay with that. It starts with that invitation, right? Make that invitation. I'll talk about that more. So, and then there was fun. A lot of fun. One of the two signature projects we have in Uganda is the Rotary Cancer Run, where the whole country, whole country runs for one day to run for Rotary, but for cancer, not for a good part, but to make sure we raise money to for the cause, for the good cause. So we have actually used that money to construct two things, a blood bank as well as a Rotary Cancer Center. And so that has changed, has been a contribution in our healthcare system. The other more fun is the singing and dancing competition, which I really loved. It was one of our club signature projects, and it was interesting because the governor that I talked about would dress in silly clothes, and it would always be fun. Exciting for me because I love to be among people who are full of joy, because then they bring out your younger self and are silly, but then they actually come together to bring some good and meaningful change. And so it's together that we can begin to think about ways, recreate, re-innovate, things that can help us to get the money that we need so that we can, sorry. In terms of priorities, in terms of where we're looking for this year, membership has been, this is a story we have sung for so long. I think it's beginning, oh my God, now she's coming to talk about membership. Me too, I used to be like that, right? Yeah. But without growth, there is no impact, right? Without members, we can't show the world how great a people we are. I don't know, sometimes it lands differently when we say differently, but that is it. If we are few in number, we're going to get exhausted. If we are more, there are more people, more exciting things that we can do with more numbers. These are the statistics that was shared. Vince, you were there at the else. But this is the statistics for 7850 over a 10-year period, I think. Mm-hmm. In 2004, in terms of membership, we were 1714, and we had 40 clubs. In 2019, we were 1272 members and 41 clubs. In 2024, that's a typo. We are where last year, the numbers for this year haven't shown up, 1070 and 38 clubs. And when we're comparing, I don't know which was the Asia, was it? Yeah. Asia was like shooting. Their numbers were in contrast, much bigger, much higher. So the international president then, because he has changed, shared with us 3 pillars that can help us grow: innovation, continuity, and partnership. What do I mean by innovation? It means that the world is changing. We have to adapt. We can't keep doing the same things we did last year, the other year. We have to change as the world is changing. And that means we have to adapt, right? Is it still useful to have a 7:30 meeting? Do we need to change because most people are meeting at a different time? How do we respond to the changing needs of the club or the area or the community that we are planted in, right? Let's embrace diversity. I was hinting on diversity in age when I was beginning around, oh my goodness, I'm still young. I think I will come when I'm retired, right? But there is power in young spirits. They come on board with energy. How do we be mindful about bringing more diversity in age, more diversity in passion or backgrounds? Every time I talk about diversity, I think people are like, no, she's talking about race. No, there is so much diversity within us, right? No single person is the same as the other person. That's why when we come together with our different needs, we create something amazing, right? I've talked about the flexibility of time. During our pets training, they were trying to share with us that there has been growth in satellite clubs. Cause-based clubs have also been a thing that has been shared with us around how there's potential to grow in that, as well as some enterprise clubs. Future members are really out there. We must go and meet them where they are. And that's what I mean by being innovative. So when it comes to the second pillar of continuity, it means that we should be conscious about being sustainable and ensuring that our leadership has some, I think we've done a good job. Next year's president is known for the club, I think, president-elect. But then what does that mean? Does it mean that the president comes on with a new, okay, yeah, Vince did a good job, but let's just change course? And no, that's not going to help us. It means that we have to continuously build on every leader's inspiration, not change. That's like confusing. Am I really making sense here? Right? In terms of aligning our efforts across governor years or across presidential years or across, it has to be more and more, not, okay, now I think let's look at this. No, that's like 2 steps in front and 1 step back. In terms of the third pillar of partnership, we have seen tremendous progress in terms of how we have been able to achieve in the area of polio eradication. Partnership with the Bill and Gates Foundation, the World Health Organization, UNICEF. There are so many organizations out there we can partner with. And some of those that we were being encouraged to reach out to are businesses and professional organizations in our communities. The academia has been not so, but there is a lot we can do with the academic institutions, right? Is it middle school? Is it high school? Is it a university? So many partnerships we can leverage to see us achieve more. And so those are the 3 suggestions that we were given. But most importantly, I want to share these other 6 spokes, which I thought made every sense about how once we begin to prioritize growth and also retention, we can be able to increase and see our membership growth. One of them is prioritizing the club experience. Since we have our members here, how do we make sure that we are responsive to the things that make them tick? All right. How do we engage former members as well? Reaching out. I remember I was in South Burlington and a former member said, yes, someone called me back, right? I thought I was forgotten. So there is also potential in the members who left. There's a time when you're like, okay, just checking in, how is it going? Oh, by the way, we still meet at this time, right? Oh, we're having a club project. Do you want to come and see what we're doing this year? I can't re-emphasize the value of the youth. There is a day when we had a guest at Burlington. A gentleman was presenting one of his projects, and then he said he has had an experience with Rotary where he was an exchange student 20 years ago. Why did we lose him? you knew and experienced Rotary, and then you're coming back to get, some partnership with us, but then you have not actually been and stayed with Rotary from the day you experienced it. So there is power in the youth partnerships or exchanges or whatever it is at that moment when we can reach our youth. I've talked about these other ones. How do you, how does this land in terms of the strategies that we can use to get more members or retain members? Any thoughts? Are they workable?
I think maybe for every one of those, you should add invite, 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 invite. Because I think if we go around the room and ask everybody, every one of us was invited by somebody. And you can read in the paper what Rotary is doing, you can go to a Rotary event, but until somebody asks you personally, it doesn't necessarily click. Everybody comes for their own reason, but if in conversation you invite someone and they say, well, I'm new to this community, you can say, well, this is a great way to get involved in this community. Or I went to your Easter egg hunt, which is something Leslie will talk about, with her grandchildren. That rings a bell for people, but someone has to say, why don't you come to a meeting as you did and get your bottle of wine?
Yeah.
Really expensive.
I'll just follow up with that, Sally, because I think when people come to a meeting, I feel like they join. I think in general, my interpretation from after since I've been a member, people come to one meeting and they meet us, we're kind of fun and they feel like we're doing stuff. And I think in general, probably everybody in this room, if you can think of anyone that came to a meeting and didn't join, we need to get them back, but I don't think you're gonna think of anyone. I think most people that come to a meeting end up joining.
Former member. Any thoughts about that? No thoughts? So as I conclude my wonderful visit, membership growth is vital. That's my message. No club can grow without new members. If we have more members, we have more service capacity. Success planning is essential. There's no such thing as stable membership. You can't say, okay, we have 30, that's enough, let's close doors, that's it. No. Some people are gonna go out, then what's gonna happen to the 30 number, right? So this is a continuous struggle we all have to embrace. Our call to action. Let's embrace the joy of friendship and fun. That's my message as well. And how can I support? I'm hoping that I can get abreast with your goals and see how we can share in the struggle. I know I talked to other clubs, South Barrington and my club. How do we join hands to meet some of the goals that you have? And our district governor is all about fun, playing together. How do we have fun as we serve? So let's make this year a year to remember. Thank you.
Thank you, Fiona.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Without the sheet, Atuhaire. How was that?
Yes.
So thank you for coming to our club. We make a donation in your name to the Wilson School Mentoring Program. And the one thing that we're gonna ask you to do, I'll shake it up, is pick the winning ticket. And read the last 3 digits.
570.
Wait,
The money guy.
570,
Yes.
57. Thank you. So a couple announcements. I'm gonna bring up Elizabeth first.
Good morning.
Hi.
So yesterday I spoke with Eric Axelrod from Woodford, who came to speak to us a few weeks ago. And he would love to coordinate a volunteer day for us in September. And who would be interested in volunteering for Woodford?
Sure.
You don't have to lift heavy stuff necessarily, he has light work too, so that's a barrier. Just want to get an idea about how many people.
I can bring students too.
You can bring students too. Yeah, you can bring friends, students, people to do this. So it looks like we have a fair number, like at least a dozen-ish. Out of all of you who raised your hands, would a weekday be better or a weekend? Raise your hand. Weekday? Weekend?
Sunday is when they usually work.
Okay. So it seems like a few more people are interested in weekend. So I will be in touch with Eric and try to get some dates and times and stuff like that. And should be fun.
Excellent, that's great. Andy. How are you, Andy? How are you?
I am phenomenal.
$10 richer.
The club is $10.
Oh, he's such a good guy.
Quick note about dues. Thank you for those who already paid. You can drop a check, you can pay cash, you can mail a check. I should have mentioned that, sorry, I didn't in the email. You can pay by credit card, but we're gonna tack on the bank fees because otherwise the club is not really getting the dues. So you're, I can accept credit cards, but on like the full dues, it's gonna cost you an extra $10. Anybody's choice. Anyway, that's it. Thank you.
That was your $10.
Thank you. Was there any other announcements that we need to make?
Yeah, you need to get a chairman for the.
Yeah, I'm gonna go through that. Yeah. Would you mind switching back to the group and see if anybody there?
Is it not on, sorry, but
Okay.
it's on my,
Sometimes it sticks.
yes, it is sticking. There it goes. Go away. Go away. There you go. Right.
Yes. Oh, Sherry, come on up.
Thanks.
So piggybacking off of the membership theme here, we do have some new members, hopefully potential members, a couple people that aren't here today that will probably be here next week. We're also getting a business application together. What the membership committee is going to need, which is Faith, Elizabeth, and myself, are sponsors. So people in the club that have been members at least for, say, maybe 8 months, that you feel comfortable with the workings of Rotary to be sponsors for our new folks that sign up. It's just to help them get through the application process. Once people are members, they can really ask any of us questions. So it's a really kind of a short-lived responsibility. But if you're interested or you're willing to be a sponsor, please let one of the three of us know.
Thanks, Sherry. So in the notes that I sent, I mentioned that we're gonna go through maybe some of the events. Some of the events, I'm still looking for what the dates are, and I think we also need event leaders. Some people did events last year. They may or may not want to be the event leader this year, so if you would, I'm gonna go through some of them, and if you would, let's just make sure we have the right dates. So daffodils, we have that confirmed. Charlie's the event leader, so anybody who wants to get and plant daffodils, reach with Charlie. Trunk or treat, I didn't have an exact date, but I think that Charlie, you mentioned that
It's in the brochure.
Saturday, October 26th. and it was 2 to 3.
25th. Oh, I mean, the Saturday is the 25th, not the 26th. I'll shut up.
So it's on the 26th. I did check that, so it's on Sunday. And it's from 2 to 3:30. Who was the event leader last year? Did we have an event leader?
For what, trunk or treat?
Yes.
It was Armand.
Armand, do you want to be this year, the event leader, or would you want us to choose a new leader?
He's not here, but I think he is interested. He's already been talking to the church.
Okay, we'll put in Armand. And if anybody wants to be a co-leader, please join with Armand. The yearly Toys for Tot drive, that was then Rick.
Yeah.
Are you willing to do it
Yes.
again?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So somebody brought up that years ago, we used to do something, Sherry brought this up, that we used to do Williston Rotary's letter from Santa. Is that something that this club would like to do?
You know, the thing that happened was that the post office department decided that it was not safe to have children writing to strangers. So they stopped the program from post office. It was that the post office collected the letters that kids wrote, gave them to us, and we wrote responses and gave them back to the post office. And they decided that without having security checks, that they didn't know what we were writing, and they stopped the program.
Okay, so I guess somebody can reach out to the post office and see if there's a way around that, like unsealed letters. If we did that, is there interest in this club in doing that? Raise your hand if you're interested.
All right. Some of this has been background and checked for the schools, like I'm on the record, so if anybody else is, we could do it potentially.
Are you potentially volunteer to be event leader? Awesome. Again, I think maybe even if we have unsealed letters that they can check, that maybe an option.
understand.
Jason,
What if we did like a, I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what that is, because I've never done it, but what if we had like a private mailbox at the schools, kind of like Macy's does, where then we just have to collect them from a Dropbox to get around the post office?
Elle's got that.
Like, yes, yeah, I mean, that's a way to get around that problem, but devil's advocate, if we do it through the post office, parents actually might be more, they might feel better.
Yeah.
About letters from strangers if it's through the post office, and the post office that is sort of saying like, yeah, we're doing this, so I don't know, it's like, I'm happy to do it either way, and we can see.
Great. So the John Mill Senior Lunch, Sally is event leader. We have it on the 11th.
Yep.
That's gonna be a great day. Williston Christmas tree lighting with the Federated Church. Do we actually have an event leader for that? I know that we've.
Yes, I've done the hot chocolate. I've led the hot chocolate brigade.
Do you want to be the leader again, or should we?
I'm happy to be the leader again.
Martin Luther King Observance Day. I assume that's on the 18th. I think I got the right day.
I
Do
don't know.
we have an event leader for that?
I don't want to do it anymore. So,
Okay.
Chris.
Yeah, I stepped in for Debbie last year. I think we need to have a conversation about the club. It
Okay,
was a lot of work
okay.
for one person, yeah.
So I will put a star by that.
Chris, if you want help,
Bill Skiff Story Slam, one of our new signature events. I know we had Rafa last year. Sherry, are you volunteering to be the event leader? Okay.
Well, let's call that a fundraising event. That's a specific kind of an event. I mean, the other ones that we're mentioning, we're not raising money. This is
Would you-
a fundraising event,
Would you
so.
like this under fundraising? Or
We're not running events,
So I'm looking for.
but I just think it's different, so, I'm happy for Sherry to take a leadership role, but just know that
there needs to be some coordination with the fundraising
Sure.
committee, because we will be having a discussion about that on September 11th, about what events we're gonna get behind and what we're gonna be doing, and we're not doing the event per se, but we're selecting those events that we can use to raise money. So this is different than anything you've said so far in terms of the purpose of the event.
Mhm.
So I think we need to acknowledge that, and we need to coordinate it in a different kind of a way, but Sherry can take a leadership
You guys-
role,
you
but
guys do
it has to be
something.
coordinated through
Excellent.
fundraising, yeah.
Good. The Bill Mickle,
Leslie has her hand raised.
Leslie?
Did you inadvertently leave out Veterans Day?
Not on purpose. It is,
That would be inadvertent.
oh.
I have
That's the
a
definition.
fabulous, I have a fabulous committee lined up.
Chris, it's getting out of hand over here. All right, it's already confirmed that it's the 11th. That's why I skipped it, but we don't have an event leader. In the past, it has been, I believe, Armand. Does anybody else, Armand, do you want, oh, Armand's not here again. Leslie, can you speak for Armand, or should we?
I would.
No,
Chris,
did you not just hear me? I said I have a fabulous committee lined up.
do. Okay. Chris also either wants to be the leader or wants to be on your team. Chris Stewart.
Yeah.
Okay, now you're muted, Leslie. I don't know if you're talking.
Leslie had previously recruited people for it.
Okay, excellent, excellent. I'm gonna say Leslie, Armand, and Chris. Excellent. Bill Mickle Easter Parade. Will you still be the leader?
I will.
Thank you. And 4/4 is the date, I assume?
I don't know the date because there's no Wi-Fi here, but it's the Saturday before Easter Sunday, so I'll trust your calendar. I don't have one right now. Thank
I'll just make sure it's on Saturday.
It is.
Thank you. Green Up Day, John Jacob was the event leader. John Jacob is not here today. I think I'd like to ask him first if he wants to retain his leader, but if you want to be co-leader, please see me after. Memorial Day observance. Leslie, I think that might have been either you or Armand.
Yes, it was me, and I'm happy to lead that again with a committee.
Excellent, thank you, Leslie. And that's it. So, if there's no other announcements, or is there any questions? Is there any other events that I've missed?
So you're stopping it when your term ends, because there's 4th of July. I was thinking about it. I mean, yeah.
No.
It would be great to add a social in there somewhere, but I don't want to lead it.
Yes. There's we're actually gonna bring up that at a board meeting, something about a mixer. Town fair.
The same day as Green Up Day.
It is.
And I have been leading that.
Would you like to continue to lead that? Thank you, Elizabeth. Great. I'm gonna put John Jacob in a question mark. And 4th of July, I believe there's actually two events. There's the Deb Beckett Run. Do I understand that Ellie is gonna be the event leader this year?
I think,
Who's on
yeah,
that committee?
yep, I think that's what Marty arranged.
Ellie. And the 4th of July, which is actually the parade and coordinating the parade and coordinating the float. Do we have an event leader for that? Is that Chris?
I guess.
Chris Mandy.
Thank you, Chris. And your team.
I'm a track.
And your tractor.
Is he a dear friend of yours?
All right, so I'm gonna bring up Chris.
Oh, yeah, was the better hand.
Keep it clean today. It's always clean. We haven't.
Leslie has her hand raised.
Leslie?
Good morning again. I just wondered if you would please post the events and the event leaders, either in your minutes from this meeting or someplace on the website.
Will do.
Thanks.
Will do.
All right, good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Let's see, what do you call a group of backwards hopping rabbits? Oh, I know. A receding hairline.
Oh.
There's a lot of this.
Yeah, you're in those trees, they all the bad jokes.
Every multiple. 4 or 5.
Start down here. Put you on the spot. Ted, we'll start with you.
I have 3 fines I'd like to pay. One is, the select board just passed the town plan, which was a huge amount of work for, the planning commission and a bunch of other committees that were formed. It's a very good plan and, I just want to congratulate the people who worked on it as hard as they did. It was notable that the select board meeting was full of people as we voted on it. And then nobody stayed for, we were gonna go over the purchasing, policy of the board of the town and nobody stayed for that. So I guess they don't care about the nuts and bolts of government. So that's one. The other is,
It was in.
There was another meeting going on.
yeah, you were there, you
Yeah.
left, yeah. Yeah, okay. The
They were
other.
giving away bottles of wine.
Yeah. Our daughters are about to leave for New York. Ella is getting a master's degree in public health and Julia is going back to Fordham. And we're gonna miss them terribly. We're gonna miss a lot about them, including the incredible advice they've been giving us on life skills and even parenting. And then third, I just wanted to pay a happy fine for Howard Novak, who's the reason that I'm here. He invited me to Rotary, although I will tell you that the invitation was made after a cleaning that I had, and he had told me that I had to come back and he was gonna drill a cavity out. So I figured